Primetime wild card style. The two-time defending champs handling their business in Foxborough. Brady and the boys begin their title defense against some always tough Jacksonville Jags. Defense, son, the name of the game between the Redskins and Bucs down in Tampa. Who's going to survive this close call? And we're going to take a look ahead to Sunday's matchups. Panthers, Giants, Steelers, Bengals. It's about to be on, all coming up on a wild card edition of NFL Primetime.
NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Primetime is Miller time.
Much respect while Chris Berman and Tom Jackson got the ABC New York duty. Primetime on this show is a double S kind of thing. Stuart, Scott, Sean, Salisbury, always handling our business. What's more impressive to you? Tom Brady being 9-0 in the postseason, or Tom Brady throwing 304 passes in the postseason and only 3 interceptions?
I'm going to go with 9-0 on his way to 10-0 in the postseason, although it's tough to choose. Regardless, both of them are great. I think he's the most poised quarterback we've had since Montana, if not more.
Ooh, if not more.
If not more.
Plus,
he's hot.
He's hot.
To the 12th power.
To the 12th
There goes
degree.
the jersey number.
Jags and Patriots. Teddy Bruschi dressed after sustaining a calf injury. Patriots have won 9 straight playoff games. Tom Brady, Daniel Graham getting ready along with Bill Belichick and Mike Vrabel. First quarter, 1st and 10. Screen to Ben Watson, who is just straight up jacked up.
You've got mail.
John Henderson weighs how much?
Three. He's a biscuit away from 350.
I'm telling you, later in the drive, wide open, Watson drops Brady. See, that's what happened when you get busted up by a brother from 350. Not always.
Even the 200-pounders look 350 then.
Patriots set up for the field goal, but Adam Vinatieri breaks out the okey-doke on him.
I like that. SC could have used that in the national title game.
It was cold. Ball wasn't traveling far. Patriots pinned Jacksonville down at the 4.
What a shock. Vinatieri did something good again.
Guy's going to go to the Hall of Fame as a kicker. 3rd and 7 from the 27. Brady scrambles, eventually sacked by Mike Peterson. Take another look. What happened, Sean?
Now, you know, Brady's not the most fleet-of-foot guy, but in the pocket, as much presence as there is. But that's a great coverage sack. Tom a little frustrated, and they're covered. Looking down the field. Who are you going to throw it to? You don't want to throw an interception, and I'll take a sack anytime as long as the guy's not going to throw an interception down there and turn the ball over. Brady did the right thing everywhere you look, Stu. Watson, Branch,
White
they're
on
all
rice,
covered.
black on coal,
there
flies on you-know-what. Second quarter, Kevin Falk doing work, runs left, huge hole, 18-yard gain. 3 plays later, 3rd and 6 from the 11. Troy Brown's been around a long time. Dude hadn't had a postseason touchdown catch since '97. Get at me.
There's that poise again. Brady pump fake, stays alive, makes the throw, Stu.
Pats up 7-zip. Byron Leftwich, first start since November 27th, had that cracked bone in his left ankle. Late second quarter, 2nd and 11 from the 25. We don't call him Jimmy Smith. We call him Jimmy what? Smith.
But have a look at the kid. He's got Hall of Fame numbers, Stu. He continues to be their guy.
Next play, Leftwich to Ernest Wilford, 17 yards to the 47. 3 plays later to the former quarterback at Arkansas, Matt Jones, 9 yards to the 36-yard line. 3 plays later.
Leftwich on a roll right now, isn't he, Stu?
He's like butter to Reggie Williams, and he's looking to anybody and everybody spreading the wealth. That led to a field goal. Jags down 7-3. Last seconds of the first, 2nd and 14. Brady goes deep to the Super Bowl MVP, Deion Branch. But see what happened?
You better enjoy this because you won't see the drop very often. Deion will always pull that in.
Patriots up 7-3 at recess. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. Direct snap to Falk. Hands off to Andre Davis for a 13-yard gain. 2 plays later, Brady completes to Watson. I think he's still getting over that big hit he took.
He thinks that's the big fella. At least he fumbled it forward. We got a little roller, and guess who's on it? Another guy, Andre Davis. Seems like everybody steps up when it's the Patriots.
17-yard gain, just how they drew it up. 1st and goal. Brady to David Givens. Givens' 6th straight playoff game with a touchdown catch. That 2nd all-time, Pats up 14-3. Then Brady to Watson. Finally.
Watson says, I'm tired of getting hit by 300-pounders. I'm going to do it myself. I'm irritated.
Longest pass play in Patriots postseason history. 63 yards to the... We call him Hissy. Mike Peterson cast on his right hand. Can't wrap up Watson.
Watson is beastly.
Watson.
You got a body like an army.
Come in here. I need you. Patriots up 21-3. Late 3rd. Willie McGinest sacks Leftwich for a 5-yard loss. Willie McGinest sacks Leftwich. That would be a story of the Gazame. First play of the fourth quarter.
Postseason history for Willie McGinest.
Exactly. 4th and 5 from the 32. Somebody's drinking their haterade. Asante Samuel picks off Leftwich as cool as the other side of the pillow. Second longest interception return in Patriots playoff history. Late fourth quarter. What do you think when you see big Willie McGinest coming at you?
It's the postseason. Get down.
McGinest, 4.5 sacks, an NFL postseason record since they started keeping sacks as a record. For his career now, 16 sacks. That, too, is an NFL record since they started keeping postseason sack records. He passes Bruce Smith as the Patriots just beat down the Jags 28-3. The Patriots set an NFL record with their 10th straight playoff win. Tom Brady, not only is he hot, fine, whatever, ladies, he's also 10-0 in the playoffs. But the story was the defense and Willie McGinest, who ran up to Michelle Tafoya after the game and said, Michelle, you got to interview me because, you know, I broke records.
4.5 sacks. That's a single-game postseason record. It looked like you were having a lot of fun. What was going on out there?
We had a good time. I mean, God is good. And we just came out here. We wanted to work hard. We played against a really good team. We respected them the whole way through. We just wanted to come out. We worked really hard this week. We prepared. We knew it was going to be a good game, a tough game, a physical game, and it just fell in our favor tonight.
I know this isn't a team that pays attention to stats, but 16 postseason sacks now. You just passed Bruce Smith on the all-time record. What does that mean to you?
Well, in the company of guys like Bruce Smith and Reggie White, it's definitely a compliment because those guys are great players. I'm just humbled to be in the same category with those guys.
You guys still are chasing the ultimate, a third straight Super Bowl. You get past this test. What does this defense and this team do now as you prepare for next week?
Just one game at a time. We're not worried about the Super Bowl. We're not worried about the AFC Championship. We're just going to wait to see who we play. We're going to prepare hard and get ready to go.
God, boy, is he a big-time player in postseason.
Big-time player and just all-around great dude as well. Teddy Bruschi dressed, but he did not play. Now, you look at this Patriots team. It was exactly 2 months ago, on November 7th, that the Colts just took care of them in New England. This is a team that didn't win consecutive games until week 11. What changed from struggling New England to dominant New England again?
There's a couple things that stick out to me. First of all, Stu, when you're going through the frustration of win one, lose one, and all the injuries that they had, is that it's easy to quit or go into the tank and feel sorry for yourself. They've never done that. And the injuries, they've overcome them and become healthy. And when you've got a dominant front seven, guys like Roosevelt, Colvin, and Bruschi, they've done everything they can to make a secondary that's been maligned, Stu. But when you got a great front seven that pressures, that can put teams in third long and second long situations, then the secondary can do some different things and adjust. I think the adjustments they made, and in tonight's game, they were dominant. They played great football in the secondary, but it's all predicated on a front seven that pressures, wins on first down, forces an offense to be in a long yardage situation. I promise you, Stu, the Colts, the Broncos, whoever gets them next, and the Steelers and the Bengals who are still alive in the playoffs until tomorrow, you're sitting there wondering, I don't know if I want those guys, whether we play them in the parking lot, Foxborough, or somewhere else. This team is for real. They know how to win in the postseason. It becomes habitual.
And don't give them dudes a lead at the halftime.
Oh, no. If they give them a lead at halftime, you might as well pack it up and head yourself home.
Their last 43 games, regular season, postseason, the Patriots are 42-1 when they have a lead at halftime. We're going to talk mucho more about this game later on in NFL Primetime. Also, coming up, we go to the NFC where the Redskins and Bucks talked about some defense. Defense was dominant, but you won't believe how this game ended.
Presented by Miller. There's good enough, and there's better than it has to be. Miller. Good call.
Redskins and Bucks. Redskins closed the season. They had a sign in their locker, said 5 in a row or we don't go. They won 5 in a row and made it in. John Gruden 5-2 in his career in the postseason. Chris Sims' first career playoff start, first quarter. My bad. Tipped at the line. His pass is LeVar Arrington schooling kids. Returns it to the 6. Redskins in business. They had 3 takeaways. First and goal now. Sean, where's Clinton Portis from?
The U.
Oh, so he went to the U.
Yes.
He also went to the house. 6-yard touchdown run. Clinton ended those 5 games with 100 yards in each of them. Didn't get 100 here, only 53, but a touchdown. Redskins up 7-zip. Later first, Cadillac Williams runs up the middle, and he got popped. Marcus Washington picks it up, fumbled, and then Sean Taylor grabbed. Wait a second, where's Sean Taylor?
I believe he's from the U.
The U. 50 51-yard fumble return for Taylor. Skins had only 11 takeaways the first 11 games. They had 17 the last 5 when they went 5-0. They're up 14-0. Later in the first, Bucks punting. Antoine Brown back to return, gets drilled by Torrey Cox. Whoa, yo, what do you say to a coach about this?
Don't make me return punts.
We just wanted y'all to hear what it spelled like. Third quarter, Bucks down 17-3. Redskins punting. Mark Jones, who's in the house with the Jam Posse, on the return, reverses field, actually run out of bounds by the punter. Sean, what do you tell the boys in the locker room when the punter tackles?
You say you got to go to the restroom during film session. You're not there watching it.
But the punter, Derek Frost, injured on the play. Remember that. Ensuing Bucks drive, Sims underneath to Michael Pittman over the middle. Sims, 25 of 38. That gained 23. Later in the drive, halves up. Oh, dude. I mean, I ain't saying nothing, but brother looks good. And Phil Sims, little boy, looked good. First career rushing touchdown. Sean, how did it work?
Well, when you run it inside pretty effectively in the short yardage, a little play-action fake, and that was better than the one you're going to see a little later on. Benning getting out in front of him, Sims making the great effort to get in, then makes a good heave up into the stands with the football.
Later in the third and 9 for the Bucks. Sims flushed out of the pocket, scrambles. He's going to slide well short of the first down. Flagging the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Now look at what happened. Sean, jawing is one thing.
That's Bush League. You just don't do it. You don't spit in somebody's face like Sean Taylor did. I don't care what you say. Pittman probably should have hit him a little harder after that one.
Pittman said if we had been in the streets, it would have been worse than that. The referees did not flag Pittman for hitting him. They flagged Sean and threw him out of the game. Fourth quarter, Mike Allstott. Mike Allstott
can't get your big fella to go vertical on him. Keep him down low.
That was 3rd and 1. Bucks going forward on 4th down. Play action to Allstott. Under pressure, incomplete. Bucks turn it over on downs. Sean, why didn't it work?
Remember what I told you about the earlier play action? You got to sell it. Don't sell it. Too many people standing up. I'm going to show you this in a little while, why it didn't work even better. Sims throws the incompletion on 4th down.
Later in the 4th, 3rd and 3 for the Redskins. Brunell rolls out. His pass.
No. Don't do this.
No.
Don't do this.
My bad. Intercepted by Brian Kelly. Great pick. Brunell only 41 yards passing. Bucks have the ball. Good field position. 3rd and 10. Sims deep to Edel Shepard. Holla at your boy. Remember, he had that touchdown catch in Week 10 before the 2-point conversion that won it. Has a touchdown catch here? No. Referees call incomplete. Sean, what do you think?
That was like shooting fish in a barrel with that. Well, that's the best non-touchdown celebration ever. It was an incomplete pass. Great throw by Sims. Look at the effort by Carlos Rogers to try and get a hand in there. Doesn't allow Shepard to close his arms. Ball's on the ground. Definitely the right call. Have a listen.
Check out Mike Carey on the call.
The receiver, in the process of making a catch, was going to the ground. Independent of his knee hitting, if the ball comes loose upon contact to the ground, by rule, incomplete.
That's like an SAT.
That's a great description by Mike Carey. Nice job and effort by Carlos Rogers not to quit on the play. Too bad for Shepard on that one.
Now that made it 4th down. Sims looking deep again. He's going to have Shepard open. Sean, why can't he complete this pass?
A little less there, Stu. If he throws a drive shot, that's a touchdown because he had him beat up in the hole, and Chris knows that he made a bunch of good throws on the night.
Redskins take over on downs. Remember Frost? He was injured a little bit. Maybe that had something to do with the 14-yard punt.
I like to call him Weird Al Shankovic.
14
that was horrible.
Yards. Great field position for the Bucks. 1st and 10, and Sims throws an interception to Marcus Washington.
Ball tipped too, Stu. Second time for an interception.
Bucks had the ball 34 minutes, 29 seconds, and they lose to a Redskins team that had, get this, 120 yards total offense. 120. The lowest amount of total yards ever for a team that wins a playoff game. Bucks won everything. They won total yards. They won time possession. They lost the game afterwards. John Gruden talking about the tough call and the tough day.
Whatever rules exist, they're going to determine whether or not it's a catch. And it's just a sad situation if you're John Gruden right now.
I saw the ball rolling around there, but on that one, you really just say a prayer and hope it goes your way.
He was open. He did have his hands on the ball, and he was in the end zone. And unfortunately, it didn't work out.
Sitting there at 5 and 6. The odds of winning 5 straight up here really go against you. And to be able to win 6 straight, I don't know, I'm just really proud of our guys at this point.
To get a win is huge. You're on the road, you're in the playoffs against a very good defense. You know, we will take it, absolutely.
Mark Brunell's like, I'll take it.
So.
Even if I only have 41 more yards passing than Sean. Sean didn't even play. The Redskins.
I still would have thrown for 41. I throw about 30.
They only had 25 yards, that's total yards for the team through the air. Only 2 NFL teams have ever won a playoff game with fewer passing yards. It don't matter how it looks, though. A win is a win. So Chris Sims joined his dad, and they joined Jack and Jeff Kemp as the only father-son duos to ever start a playoff game. What did you think of the kid in his first
I thought he showed tremendous poise, Stu. I did. I think that he's going to be a star in this league because he's taken it. People wondered if he was tough. Well, he's proven he's not only physically tough but mentally tough. But he didn't get a lot of help from his friends offensively tonight. And here's what happens. Washington, what a great game plan by Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator, to pressure. But here's just a zone. 4-man rush, but 3 guys dominate. Now, who's going to make that play? I don't care if you're even Vincent Young. From Texas, you're not getting out of that one. And then a good disguise on the blitz. Omar Stoudemire coming from a distance. 3 guys on 1 on the left side. Nobody blocked Stoudemire. By the time Chris sees him, it's too late. He would have liked to throw that ball away instead of take the sack. 4th and 1. Remember we talked earlier, Stu, about how play action works? Peyton Manning, who's the master at it. Have a look at the difference here. Doesn't flag the ball all the way into Allstott's gut. Allstott's standing up. Nobody's buying that it's not a pass. And then you got a tight end, a receiver, and a lineman standing straight up. Those are linebacker and defensive backs' keys. Everybody's got their man covered. Marcus Washington unblocked. Chris Sims has no chance trying to make a play 4th down. One of the key plays of the game in this too. Now people are going to get on Adele Shepard for the drop, and I understand. But underrated here is watch Carlos Rogers' right hand, Stu, come in right now. That's a great effort for a guy who got beat. Does he get ball? Does he get elbow? Regardless, he made it uncomfortable for Shepard to close his arms and finish. And I promise you, when Joe Gibbs and Greg Williams, the coordinator, watch that film and the players, they might as well stand up and cheer because the guy finished the play, and the Redskins have been doing that to 6 straight wins in a row.
And then the Redskins might just turn around and cheer Joe Gibbs, his 17th career postseason win. Only 2 guys, Don Shula and Tom Landry, have more. Still ahead on NFL Primetime, we're going to ask Sean, if you are Bill Belichick, would you rather play the Broncos or the Colts? We'll talk about the Patriots' future.
Inside the Numbers, brought to you by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. With Visa's multiple layers of security, you're covered. Time, presented by Miller Lite.
One more look, Patriots and Jaguars, 4th quarter, 21-3 New England, 4th and 5 for Jacksonville, and Byron Leftwich hits Asante Samuel, but that was a problem, see, because the weirdest thing, Asante wears a different colored jersey, which would make that an interception.
Yes.
28-3 Patriots after the PTA. Later in the 4th, Leftwich sacked by Willie McGinest. Willie Mack had 4.5 sacks. Poet, I know it. Patriots win it 28-3. Tom Brady, why do you guys keep winning in the postseason?
I think playing at home's been a great advantage. I think great coaching. We always seem like we're in a good position. We always feel like we have a great plan. We never leave any stone unturned. And Coach Belichick's always thinking, some great assistant coaches over the years. And guys who just have been performing well under pressure. Guys like Troy Brown and Willie McGinest. I mean, 4.5 sacks tonight's pretty unbelievable. Vrabel, Teddy Bruschi, even though he wasn't out there tonight. Just some pressure players who have played really well.
We're not giving up big plays. We're getting off the field on 3rd down, and we're stopping the run. Most important. You can't win any games if you don't stop the run. I think we've been doing a better job at stopping the run, and it's allowing us to do other things. Our offense is scoring points. We're not giving up points. And anytime you can make a team one-dimensional, it just makes your game plan a lot easier.
All right.
All those things Brady mentioned. The one thing I wish Tom would said, no, by the way, I'm pretty good.
I'm, led the league in passing yardage this year.
I think I'm okay.
Because I'm Tom Brady.
Yeah.
If Pittsburgh beats the Bengals,
yep,
then the Patriots will go to Denver.
Right.
If the Bengals win, the Patriots go to Indy. How does New England match up with both teams?
Well, I think that New England, obviously every team matches up better against somebody other than the Colts because of all the weapons the Colts have. But I think this is the one team, meaning the Patriots, because of the different schemes and the coaching staff that matches up against anybody. I'll be honest with you, I don't believe they care where they go. I have a hunch they're on their way to Denver. And in that game, Stu, to me, what you got to do, you heard Willie McGinest mention one-dimensional. You got to make Jake Plummer mentally, because he's had a great season, think that he has to beat you. So be a fast start, make Jake try to make the plays from behind. And if they go to Indy, just call up Sean Merriman, ask if you can borrow him, and get the same plan the San Diego Chargers had and put it on Indy that way, because either team.
Can they do that in football?
Borrow
a guy from another team?
Can you make a trade during the playoffs? It'd be nice to, I think New England's 4 linebackers are pretty good themselves. They match up well against both teams because they are the champs.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Washington Redskins, they had some pretty good linebackers doing some work as well. Against another linebacker-heavy team, Redskins and Seahawks in Week 4. Earlier this season, Shaun Alexander led the league in rushing, MVP, 34-yard run. Moments later, remember, this was back in Week 4, 2nd and goal. Alexander gets in from the 5. I think he did that 28 times this year, if I'm not mistaken. 14-10 skins, but in overtime, Nick Novak, 39-yard field goal. Redskins beat the Seahawks 20-17 earlier in this season. So we know the Redskins now have to go to Seattle and play them in the postseason. What can they do?
Well, I think it's very simple, Stu. If they get 120 yards, like they did against Tampa Bay, they got no shot.
It ain't happening.
They got no shot. And if this game starts to creep in the high-scoring upper 20s, close to 30, you know Seattle's in their game plan. They want to score. Shaun Alexander, obviously, you got to take him out. That's a no-brainer. Everybody knows that. But the offense has got to produce. The defense carried him throughout the game on Tampa. You got to get some offensive touchdowns. And if the defense plays like they did against Tampa, now you're in it. If the offense will give me just 17 points and let the defense play, they'll be in the game the whole way. If it's an offensive shootout, Redskins need to go home. They will not win that game.
That game is Saturday at 4:30. On this day, on Saturday, Joe Gibbs' first playoff win since 1992. When we come back, we're going to check out the games that go down on Sunday. The Carolina Panthers going to the Big Apple to try and do some damage. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. We're in the same division. We're about to rock, y'all.
Presented by Miller. There's good enough, and there's better than it has to be. Miller. Good call.
Sunday's playoff games, the Panthers at Giants Stadium. Jake Delhomme against Eli Manning. Eli's first career playoff start. How do you see that one going down?
I think the guy is so calm and collected, and I like the Panthers, and I'll tell you why in just a second, but I'm going with the Panthers to win this game.
All right, Steelers at Bengals. That's at 4:30.
Let's get to that one. Here it is. Steelers, 40-plus carries. Look at the stats. They do that, they win the game. And in that Panthers game, control Tiki Barber and attack the Giants linebackers because they're a depleted staff. I like Pittsburgh, and I like Carolina to move on.
All right, me and Sean are going to hop up out these seats. NFL Primetime Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Boom's here. TJ is there. We'll see you.